Hello, my name is Dennis Nelson, and I'm a solution architect for Quest Software. Today's 5-minute demo, I will be discussing and demonstrating how STAT empowers our customers to not only pass their audits, but also significantly save time and effort in providing audit artifacts and evidence. STAT is the only fully integrated application change and patch management solution available, which includes all the features and functionality you see on the slide. This allows STAT to deliver more value and better outcomes for enterprises just like yours. There's no way I can demo all the features and functionality you see on this slide in 5 minutes. Therefore, we're going to focus on STAT's audit and reporting capabilities. That includes the full audit trail, scheduling and delivering of those audit reports, as well as just reducing the effort providing the artifacts. STAT empowers our customers to track their changes all in a single solution. So for example, going back to our inventory item template change request, you can see here that it encapsulates everything related to the change in one place. It makes it easy for auditors, users, managers, everyone involved, all stakeholders to be able to see exactly where it is in the process. Part of the power comes not only from just tracking all these other things, such as logs, the history of the to and from and what happened, tracking any issues, adding any attachments that may be required. Also just restricting what can be migrated and when, following the rules that are outlined in this workflow. So for example, you can see right now this change request, this teal looking color is where it is. The dark color here is where it's been. But to get to here, it had to follow a process of the approvals that were required, as well as once it was here, there were activities that had to take place before it could go, and it had to be in the queue to a developer, and code review and unit testing. Getting all those business rules, transfer rules, status rules in place, and approval rules make sure that your IT general control objectives around application change are followed. There's also very strong preventative controls in that those prevent you from, like, say, deploying something to production or to this other environment without that rule being met. As an administrator, I have access entitlement that allows me to override, but if I do, I must put in a reason why before I can move forward, and then it will log that, and that becomes part of the change artifact itself. The other thing that is unique to STAT is our ability to manage access. So STAT comes with very strong access control. It's all row-based, based on entitlements. So a user, for example, a business analyst, Mr. Martin here, he only has a single role, application access just to EBS 12.1 and financials. In terms of object types, he has access to only the functional setups for finance. What he doesn't have access to are any of the generic application object types, as well as has no access to data objects, file objects for EBS, patches of course, and schema objects. He only has access to a subset of the functional setups, no access to alerts, AOL objects, and inventory, and other modules that are outside of finance. And in terms of environment access, just dev and test. So that is the way that you achieve compliance within STAT, is the main point. Switching to the web client, you can provide auditors access to STAT as well. You can define them a role and a user account and let them come in and do a lot of the work for you by creating a page part in the web app that would give them access to all of the change requests that were closed and resolved, and they would be able to go in and see the ones that they wanted to maybe do a deeper dive on. For example, let's open this one up, and they can see most of the same thing that we saw in the other one in the thick client in terms of workflow, where it's been, as well as just the history of who changed what throughout all the various steps that took place, all the activity, the logs, the tasks, all that can be seen. But more importantly, if this is one that they want to actually look at deeper, they could literally just export that to a PDF type format and would have all of the information related to that change in just a matter of seconds. So they can self-serve. Again, everything that happened is encapsulated in this particular report in just a matter of seconds. Other reports they could also get directly from this as well if you give them the access to it, or you could just give them access to certain reports within a certain category, such as, say, an approvals type report. They'd be able to select the report and then select the criteria for it and generate it as well. Thank you for your time today. To learn more about STAT, go to https://quest.com/stat.